For the toenail.
For the toenail. Hi. My name's Betty. My boyfriend's here with me. He's like totally being super creep. I am going to make a video about the human condition. I don't know if you guys ever judge your physical appearance, but I do constantly. Let's talk about it. I hate my neck. I hate it. I don't know what to do about it. I try to love all pieces of myself with unconditional love, but I'm constantly tearing my physical appearance apart. Maybe you can relate. And then I go into this spiritual theory of the fact that I'm not a body. I'm free, for I am exactly as God created me. This is like one of the key principles in A Course in Miracles. It teaches us all about removing our awareness from the body. But still, I get so wrapped up in my physical appearance. And I've made content around this before, but I used to be 300 pounds. Yeah, I was like the fattest heroin addict that ever existed because I had a bunch of eating disorders underneath my drug addiction. And anyway, I would go up and down between 300 and 200 pounds. I've done it multiple times in my life. And right now I'm at 160 because I started taking weight loss medication last year. And so I got this kind of like 50 extra pounds off of me that I've never even had off of me before. And so there's another spiritual conversation as well. Like, when do you use modern Western medicine and when is it inappropriate? And I have tons of resentment against Big Pharma, but then they invented a weight loss medication and I was like, I love Western medicine. I'm all for it. But I do think that, you know, the medical system is set up to kind of keep us tethered, to make money off of us, to use us as these just money-making machines, keep us sick. Anyway, though, if you're somebody who's dealing with eating disorders or disordered eating or overeating or low self-esteem or there's stubborn weight that you can't get off of you, honestly, like taking weight loss medication really helped me so much. Not because it helped me lose a bunch of weight, which it did, and I look amazing, but also because it turned off the food noise inside my head. So all day, every day, I was just thinking about what was I going to eat? When am I going to eat? How much is it going to cost to eat? How do I have to cook this? What do I have to do? Blah, blah, blah. And it was so overwhelming. And when I started taking this medication, all of that noise turned off. But let's get back to me talking about my neck, because that's really... they can ask me questions. Yeah.
Oh, you're live?
Yeah, I'm live.
Oh my God. So what am I going to do about these boobs?
My boyfriend has body dysmorphia. And I feel like he's my mirror when it comes to that.
I got boobs.
But do you want to talk about your own eating disorders?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I love food. And I got a dad bod. Look.
Well, he's sticking out his stomach. Anyway, he doesn't want to talk about it, obviously. Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Oh, okay.
On camera. I want to make jokes in the side.
Yeah, it's really interesting to... My partner and I are both vegan, and I'm gluten-free, so that basically means...
How do you know when somebody's vegan? Don't worry, they'll tell you.
Okay. Yes, vegans are very loud about their veganism. Well, it's important. I can't eat anything that has any kind of animal product in it.
It's really good on video, by the way.
So... I made all these dietary changes to my life because they were spiritual downloads for me. After my experience, spirit kept coming into my awareness and telling me that I had to let go of certain foods. And it was very clear to me, like, you must let go of pork. It was in all these different spiritual texts. It was like, do not eat the swine. And I'm like, okay, I got it. I will not eat the swine. And then the downloads started coming one by one. And it was like, okay, now it's time to let go of red meat. Now it's time to let go of chicken. Now it's time to let go of fish and eggs. And then they said I had to let go of gluten. No bread. It was so sad. But I realized that every time that I ate something, it would make me feel foggy. It would make me feel sluggish. And so I had to let go of certain things. And I don't think that it's one size fits all. I know psychics who eat McDonald's and they're very spiritually connected to spirit. But for me, these are decisions that I made for myself. But anyway, we were talking about my neck. And because I've gone from 300 pounds to 150 pounds, I have all this excess skin on me. And so it's made my body look a certain way. Anyway, I'm basically making this whole video so that people are just like, Betty, you look amazing. I can't believe that you don't think that you look amazing. You look amazing. Yeah, so anyway, spiritual downloads when it comes to like taking care of your body and what that looks like. And I love exercising. Exercising makes me feel really connected to spirit. In fact, I have this whole little personal trainer guide inside my mind. And every time that I'm doing a difficult workout, this little guide comes up and he's like, keep going. And then I kind of see my parents in spirit and they're egging me on to keep doing better and better as well. Somebody just complimented my eyebrows. Girlfriend, they're tattooed on my face. Thank you so much. Somebody is talking about a menopausal fat body. So I also, let me talk about this as well, because this is all very physical, human stuff. Hilarious. My boyfriend joined the live from the other room. So I started taking hormone replacement therapy recently because my perimenopause symptoms are just absolutely brutal, and I refuse to keep torturing the love of my life with my insane mood swings because of my hormonal imbalances because of perimenopause. I was only getting like 3 good days a month where I was a sane, rational, logical, spiritual person. And then every other day was up and down, absolute, constant insanity, meltdowns, freakouts. This is with a ton of spiritual work, connection to my healed inner child, my healed inner family every day, centering myself in spiritual growth, development, working the steps and a 12-step fellowship, all this shit, and eating clean and exercising and drinking water, and still absolutely batshit crazy with mood swings up and down. So I started taking hormone replacement therapy, and I think I'm like maybe 6 days into it. And I feel a little bit better, but it could be psychosomatic. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making it up in my head. But I do feel a little better. Okay, somebody is saying that they love hormone replacement therapy. Sweet. Let's see. Okay, somebody said I look amazing. Thank you. That was what I was hoping for. You look strong and gorgeous. Hello. Thank you. More. Anyway, I'm getting ready to go on a big podcast this week. I did a big podcast about 6 weeks ago, and it still hasn't come out. And I feel like maybe he's never going to release it, but probably by me saying this out loud, it'll come out tomorrow. I'm manifesting it, and I'm going on a big podcast on Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. I'm going on a podcast soon, and I'm going to LA to go film. I'm a jet setter. Okay, let's see. Somebody said I went full vegan, felt weak, lost too much weight, went back to beef and chicken, but 0 refined sugar and gluten, feel much better. That's amazing. Yeah, and again, it's not one size fits all. You got to find what works for you. But there is energy attached to food. So if you can eat whole foods and nothing that's processed, try to avoid things that come in bags as much as you can, then I think that you're doing a really good job. So, for me, I eat a lot of meaties. Have you guys heard of these things? They sell them at Whole Foods. It's mycelium root, and they make them into the shape of like fillets. It's just mushroom, but it tastes like chicken. And then they have ones that taste like steak, and it's literally all that I consume. And there was a shortage of them for the last month. And I went through great lengths to find them and spent hundreds of dollars stocking my house full of them. Does anybody else have fun food that they totally love? Oh my God, England, hello. Isn't it super late there? It's like the middle of the night. Go to bed, Craig. Oh my God. Hey, Arthur, good to see you. Arthur has followed me for the last 9 years. So he watched me be a crazy meth head on Instagram naked every day, trying to solicit men to buy my porn. And now he gets to see me as a divine spiritual being, changing the world, transforming everything. Ooh, coconut milk ice cream, homemade. Nora, send me the recipe, girl. I also buy these no sugar added, so delicious ice cream bars. I eat like 4 of them a day. It's actually insane. I'll sleep. Craig said I'll sleep when I'm dead. Guess what, buddy? There's no sleeping when you're dead. You're fully awake, alive, aware. This is the sleeping that we're doing right here. Okay, good. Nora's going to send it to me. I need to learn how to make it myself because I spend so much money on these meaties and these ice cream bars. I need to be learning how to make it myself. Actually, one of my girlfriends just came back from Costa Rica and she was on vacation there, and she was saying that she went and met these people who just live off the land, and they had a composting toilet and all of this like crazy stuff, and they teach these wilderness retreats where they teach you to live off the land, totally off grid. And I was reflecting on it and I thought that might be cool to learn about, but then I was thinking, no, I don't want to do that. I chose to come to Earth in the time of modern marvels like air conditioning, indoor plumbing, hot showers, microwaves. I'm going to take advantage of it. Electricity, I like it. I like it a lot. Cell phones, the internet, I'm into it. So I'm going to take advantage of all of those things while I can. And I think that it's cool for people who want to live off grid, but I also think that if you were really supposed to live off grid, you would have just been born in the 300s. Anybody with me? Keith says that he doesn't want to shit in a bucket. I'm so all about it. Anybody have any spiritual questions? Please help me. I had one in here, but it's inside my phone and I can't see it. Rebecca Castle's here, everybody. She's an angel reader. Click on her little profile, follow her, and go get an angel reading while she's still affordable because it's not going to last long, okay? She's just skyrocketing into the spiritual ether. You haven't lived until you've shit in a bucket. You haven't lived until you've shit in a trap house in the corner and just walked away and blamed it on somebody else. I may or may not have done that. Nah, I didn't. I've never done that. One time though, okay, I got a shit story that's pretty funny. I got a lot of funny stories. So one time, I used to smoke meth. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I used to be a meth head. I used to smoke a lot of methamphetamine. And I was always with all these gay guys because only gay guys smoke meth. Only gay guys and me smoke meth. And I was with these kids and we were getting high and we had stole a bunch of drugs from somebody and we were just chilling. And this kid took a shower in my house. And then when he came out of the shower, like 2 hours later, because he was all tweaking and probably, plucking out his body hair with his fingernails. And he said, hey, I kind of had a problem in the shower. I couldn't get my shit to go down the drain. Do you have a plunger? Excuse me, what? You took a shit in my shower? Why would you do that? And he was like, isn't that where everybody shits? And I was like, no, they shit in the toilet. That's right next to the shower. It was like this kid had never heard about a toilet before. It was really weird. And he basically ruined my shower. And this is why I don't do drugs anymore. So if you're somebody who still uses drugs, get off the path, okay? It's not worth it. Some homeless gay kid will shit in your shower and it will change your life. So you could just stop now. Julie Clough came in right when I was saying that. Somebody asked a question. My boyfriend is my producer and he's telling me from the background. What'd you say, Keith? I thought you said somebody asked a question.
K. Duffy. K something. Oops.
Or maybe I don't see it yet. Can you tell me what it is?
I lost it because I hit the wrong button.
Keith's a liar. He said that somebody asked a question, but I don't see a question. Okay, let's see. There are 6 Rebeccas watching live. Wow. Rebecca Castle. I feel like I've been spiritually stuck for the past few months. Any advice for someone to get past this silence? Well, if you affirm that you're stuck, then you will be stuck. So number 1 is just start affirming new things and call in your receipts, your proof from the past that you're not stuck. So if you can start to rewire your brain to look for the proof in the positive instead of the fear in the like quote unquote silence, then I think that you could start to call in reconnection. But it could also be that you're in the middle of a lesson about accepting in the silence and practicing faith in the silence? Can you be in the free fall of faith while sitting in the silence? I can't. I gotta always be doing shit. Like, hello, I'm sitting in here right now talking to you guys. Like, I just cannot be alone with my thoughts. I hate them. Just kidding. I love them. They're fun and funny. But if you feel unhappy, then do something different. Just one small step in a new direction can make major, major shifts in your life. And, you know, everything is imagination and intuition. So right now you're imagining that you're in silence. Right now you're imagining that you're a human. Right now you're imagining that you're listening to me talk. Like, it's all totally crazy, backwards, and wacky in this earth illusion. So inspire a new vision for yourself. Inspire a new reality. It's all about childlike imagination and intuition. Use your childlike imagination and intuition to create a reality that you want. What do you mean?
One more.
I have another question. Craig said, what would be your best advice for phantophobic people out there? Me being one of them. I'm petrified of the fact that I'm going to die one day. Well, Greg, I'm glad that you found your way to me. Let me tell you something. Death is tits. Death is the best. Nothing is better than dying. Okay? Literally nothing. Are you scared of the way that you're going to die, or just like the unknown? So you're not scared of death. You're probably scared of the unknown because you don't know what's going to happen, which is why you watch near-death experience stories, because you're finding hope, right? You're not listening to, like, I don't know, atheist stories where they're like, death is black annihilation and nothing happens. You're listening to hopeful, spiritual, light experiences from near-death experiencers. All right, tell me what the underlying fear is. Are you scared of hell? Are you scared of judgment? Are you scared of the unknown? Tell me. Tell me what it is. Scared of the way it will happen. Well, you know, a lot of near-death experiencers say that if they had a really traumatizing experience, like I have this one friend, her name is Lee Grode. She's a near-death experiencer. Look up her story if you want to hear a good one. And she was beaten to death. She got jumped in the Netherlands when she was like 19 years old. And she said that her body her spirit left her body before she, you know, while all the pain was happening, because it's not necessary for us to experience that kind of pain. So most spirits will leave their body before the death happens if it's something that's painful or unpleasant. Who else has an experience like that? I don't know, a ton of people. What else do we got? Oh, there was this one experiencer. Her name is Alma Black. Anyway, she's amazing, and she's had a couple near-death experiences, and she had one that was really, really traumatizing when she was a teenager. Maybe I shouldn't tell this story. I don't know if she's ever come out of the closet with this one. She shared it at an IONS conference, but I'm going to hold off. Anyway, we don't experience pain. Spirit takes us out of our body before all that happens. Okay, my boyfriend is totally convinced that there was a question in here that I missed. So I'm scrolling all the way to the top. Oh, okay. No. This person just said that I look gorgeous. Huh?
Just further back.
Yeah, they just said that I look beautiful and strong and gorgeous. The end.
There's an NDE question. I just want to make knowledge of something.
Tell me what it was, Keith. You ask an NDE question.
Do you like dogs?
Hold on one second. Let me see what you say. Okay, if you wrote a question and I missed it, please write it again. Thank you. Death is like falling asleep.
Question. There's
not much keeping your soul intact with your body. How do you know, Wyatt? You don't know shit. Shut up. Just kidding. Okay, Rise Breads, good username, said, do you ever have dreams where you slip in and out of that place you went when you died? That's a good question. The other day I had a dream that I was in this gigantic flood, and that means the flood of consciousness is coming. So I know that there's a big wave of change happening. I've never gone back into that exact same place. One time I did a regression therapy back into my spiritual experience, and I didn't go back into the exact same space. I went into like another spiritual space. It was actually a little bit cooler than the place I was originally in. And it was really awesome. Okay, Keith, what's your NDE question?
I don't have an NDE question.
Well, think of one. You're the producer.
Oh my God, I'm on the spot.
Wow, he's really racking his brain hard. Ask ChatGPT, hurry up. I don't know if that was helpful, Rise, but I hope so. Anybody else have a spiritual question? You get to ask a homeless crackhead prostitute everything she knows about spirituality. Come on, guys, take advantage of this moment. My boyfriend's very skeptical. Maybe he has a question about his skepticism. Go ahead, Keith.
My skepticism?
Yeah. Like how you don't believe this. My boyfriend doesn't believe I had a real experience. He thinks I'm schizophrenic. I won't let you guys all into like our relationship issues though.
I know. Yeah, no, I don't have any questions. I'm happy you believe that experience happened to you. And I'm happy you had that experience.
You have no question. You're out. You're fired. You're producer no more. Goodbye. Thank you so much. Somebody asked, can we be friends? And I'm going to say, I don't have any space in my life for new friends. Sorry, take a number. Just kidding. Of course. I love making cosmic friendships. Guys, if you're looking for cosmic, spiritually minded community, guess what? You're in luck. I am part of a community that meets every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're looking for somebody to lead our group on a different day and time so that we're time zone friendly for the UK and Europe and all that good stuff. So if anybody's looking to be of service to a rad spiritual community, please reach out. Let me know.
Can I ask a question then?
Yeah, you're ready to ask a question?
If there are any girls out there who are looking for a spiritual connection, my number is 917-555-1234. Thanks, call me now.
Okay, let's see. Julie asked a good question. Thanks, Julie, for helping move this live around. Also, if you guys want the info for that spiritual group, you can find it on my website, buddhabetty.com. I'm not really a Buddha. It's just a play on words. And then the community is wearethewheel.com. That's my organization that I co-founded with some of my spiritual friends. And it's a movement. Okay, Julie said, I love knowing about the soul plan. Will you share your perspective? Yes, our souls plan their lives before they get here. Again, if this is not useful for you, don't listen, click out of the live, turn it off, throw your phone at the wall. You don't have to believe this belief. I have a deep spiritual knowing in this, and I think Julie does too, but you don't have to. This is something that actually helps me heal, this spiritual belief. So I believe that we plan our lives before we come here. And that it's not set up that like, you know, every bowel movement that you're going to take, that you've planned everything to a T. It's just that you've set up major plot points for yourself. So in the story of your life, you've planned your partners, you've planned your children, you've planned your soul's purpose, your creative gifts. All of these things have been pre-planned. Your adversity, your challenges, the partners that those things will come up with as well. But you get to exercise your free will. Well, number one, you exercise your free will by designing the plan. And then you also get to exercise your free will by all of the paths that you take in between those plot points. So for me, I know that I planned 3 major plot points: addiction, recovery, spiritual awakening. But I kept taking the long way around. And I could have experienced all of those things very early in my life. The first time I went to rehab, I was 18 years old. And I could have just said, you know what? Fuck drugs. My parents are crazy. They're on drugs. My whole family's on drugs. Everybody's dying. I don't want to do this. But instead, I took my free will and I said, I'm going to figure out how to use drugs the right way. I'll figure it out. And man, I wasted 25 years, over 20 years. The first time I went to rehab, I was 18 and I got clean when I was 35. So that's almost 20 years, 18 years of my life. I kind of just like, I'll figure it out, until all of my plot points compounded on top of each other, because there's nothing that you can do to fuck up your life. Everything that you're supposed to experience, you will experience. There is no doubt in my mind that if you're at the end, it's the end timeline for, I think, Earth, but definitely for me. So this was my last chance to experience all of this. And so Spirit made it absolutely impossible for me to not experience. And that's why my addiction, recovery, and spiritual awakening all happened in one swift moment in my near-death experience. There's my perspective. Thank you. Okay, Arthur said, true story. Betty and I fought online because we were both in a dark place, but we didn't hate each other. We were just wanting better for each other. Well, Arthur is an alcoholic, or he was then. I don't know if he's a recovering alcoholic then, but alcohol is gross. It literally almost killed me like a million times. I hate it. And I was like only pro meth. I would only talk to and befriend people who would smoke meth with me. And Arthur didn't want to do meth. He just wanted to drink. Okay, let's see. Somebody said, could you spiritually die every night and wake up every morning? Yes, I think so. I mean, we're in a constant state of rebirth and transformation. So you can set intention to spiritually die and wake up new every morning if you want to. That seems kind of exhausting, though. I don't know how you would be able to accomplish a lot of stuff if you were constantly new. You wouldn't have any time to integrate anything. Okay, Wyatt said, I took an overdose and found myself outside of anything I thought was quote unquote real life. I thought I was still the same consciousness though. Yeah, my personality came with me, obviously. It was fun, sassy, witty, spiritual, all those things. Okay, somebody said love from, and then I thought it was a bunch of dollar bills, but it's some kind of flag of a country that I don't know.
Send me dollar bills.
Maybe it's Brazil. I'm here by way of spontaneous Kundalini awakening. Oof, lots of love to you, friend. While trying to find out what the fuck happened to me, I first came across NDEs. My experience was so similar. Me too. I had a spontaneous Kundalini awakening as well. It's like the worst. I mean, it's the best, but it's also the worst because like your whole awareness is all the way cracked open. And there's no literature on what you do after your Kundalini is awoken. There's all this stuff about how to awaken it. There's yoga, there's mantras, there's tons of literature about how you awaken your Kundalini, and then nobody has written a book on what you do after it's awoken. It's fucking chaos. It's terrible. Anyway, I'm writing a book about it. Don't worry. Okay, let's see. Will you come to West Virginia and speak? I want to host you. Maybe. Okay, do you have a place for me to stay? I will. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. I'm also a singer, so if you want to book me for that, I will. Oof, okay, this is a really rough one. My 2-year-old daughter died from bacterial meningitis back in 97. I never came to terms with it. Why she had such a short journey on Earth. My heart broke forever. Damn. I really feel you. I feel your pain. Yeah, this pre-birth information is not for everyone. Because in a situation like that, it can just be weaponized and it can feel like so cruel. And I would recommend checking out my friend Julie Clough's story. She's amazing. You can Google her. And, you know, she has a story of child loss. And she is so strong and empowered. And, I mean, it is, yeah, it'll just, yeah. Anyway, lots of love to you. I don't think that we come here to try to figure out why we made these choices. I think that the whole Earth experience that we're a part of is just about having acceptance and surrender and faith. Can you still believe in the love and grace of God when something so tragic happens to you? Maybe you don't find it back in this lifetime. Maybe it doesn't come back because this is too painful. But it won't stay with you once you leave, and you'll have all of the answers when this storyline is over. And for some people, we try to find the answers while we're still in the story. And for some of us, we don't find the answers. And yeah, it's just an experience like that. But lots of love to you. That pain is absolutely unbearable. I could never even fathom. Okay, I'm moving on, but in a very compassionate way. I won't talk about tits or shit or vaginas. for the next 15 minutes just to honor that space. Sorry, I had to. How do you improve the relationship with your family, specifically brother? Horrific fighting all the time and just not feeling very good about it. My mom was very abusive and I don't know how to overcome it. Yeah, I think, again, in situations like this, you don't have to believe in pre-birth planning, because if it makes you feel like a victim, then you don't have to believe it. You just can let it go. So in a situation like this, it's just about forgiveness. It's so annoying. I know. I study A Course in Miracles, and that really helps in forgiveness practices, but I don't apply it all the time because I love my resentments. I live for them. I mean, my ego says that. My spirit's like, girl, shut up. It's so stupid. But yeah, I had a really abusive mom, and what I try to do is I try to connect with the person's spirit instead of whatever the human personality is doing. That person's spirit is just on a mission. They're just doing their due diligence. They're just here to complete a soul contract. And you have to just detach from the personality of the human. And what I used to do before I could connect with people's spirits is I would just envision them as a baby, as a little infant, hope, like just helpless and full of hope and love and unconditional light. And then I would think about kicking that baby in the face. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Okay, moving right along. Do some people not learn from their plot points? Absolutely. Lots of people don't learn from their plot points. I'm not learning from mine. I still have major resentment against people. It's making me sick. I don't like the way I feel. I can let go a little bit each day, though. I don't know if you have to learn from a plot point or if you just have to complete it. I'm going to meditate on this and come up with an answer. I mean, if you just do it, well, no, because you have to integrate it. So you can't just complete it. You have to also integrate it. Okay, Julie wrote something really helpful. If you've lost children, lots of love to you. Also, check out the book, My View from Heaven. I've lost 2 children, and the soul plan has been a big part of my experience and my healing. Yeah, also check out helpingparentsheal.org. It's a really great organization. It's comprised of grief counselors and psychic mediums, and they help parents who have lost children, and it's just an amazing organization, really, truly. Arthur said, your parents' story broke my heart for you and them. Thanks, Arthur. Thanks. Double suicide will do that. Is it true that an NDE is actually more real than Earth plane? I hear a lot of stories that mention what we experience here is more like a shitty dream. A shitty dream? No, man. It's tits, okay? Have you ever gone to like a really crappy place on vacation? Like Florida? But you're like, it's cool. It's like still in America. It's not that far away. The beaches are nice. The water's warm. I'll go back. It's kind of ghetto and like people are really racist there and out of control, but like, whatever. That's what Earth is like. But yeah, when I woke up in my spiritual experience, it felt like I woke up from a dream. And the only thing that I could remember out of my 35 years of life at that point in time was that my parents committed suicide. That was it. Like, you know, when you wake up from an actual dream and you're like, holy shit, that was so weird. I was sniffing a pig's ass. And then you can't remember the rest of it. That's what it felt like when I woke up in heaven. It just felt like, wow, that was so weird. I can't believe that I thought my parents did that. That's so crazy. I wouldn't call it a shitty dream, though. I mean, you can call it a shitty dream if you want, but that doesn't make Earth very fun. Ooh, I knew it was Brazil. Okay, I know my flags. Did a psychic energy grow in you also after your awakening? Only a psychic's dick. Just kidding. I've never had sex with a psychic. That would be so scary. But maybe they would know exactly what to do. I'll have to try that. Just kidding, Keith. I won't try that. Hi and love from Australia. I'm international, babe. This is crazy.
What'd you say about sucking dick?
Somebody said, haha, I can't wait to read your book. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to write it. I mean, You're right. It's hard to find info about what to do afterwards. Totally. I do think, though, that spiritual experiences without community-based integration equal psychosis. Anybody that I've ever met who's in the midst of spiritual psychosis is not integrated into spiritual community. We came here in tribes of souls. We're meant to find each other. Maybe you're part of my soul tribe. If you are, why don't you come check out this retreat that I'm hosting in Mexico in March? It's going to be amazing. Unsolicited marketing, insert here. wearethewheel.com. Come be part of the revolution. It's going to be amazing. What was that?
I gotta do service in a few minutes.
Okay.
But would really like to.
Okay, got you. Okay, guys, my boyfriend wants to eat my pussy, so I'm gonna go. Maybe I won't post this. Just kidding. That's a very spiritual thing. I'm gonna manifest while I have an orgasm. Okay, be wavy.